Imagine waking up on your wedding anniversary and discovering that your wife has disappeared without a trace. Her belongings are still in the house. There are signs that something may have gone wrong. Before long, everyone is asking the same question: where is Amy? But as the investigation continues, another question becomes even more important. Is her husband Nicky the victim of a terrible crime, or is he responsible for her disappearance? Welcome back to Inspire Hub TV. Today we are looking at Gone Girl, a physiological thriller filled with secret, deception, revenge, and a marriage that is nowhere near as perfect as it appears. Nicky and Amy once seems like the perfect couple. They met in New York, fell in love, eventually got married. Amy was intelligent, confident, and well known because her parents had written a successful series of children's books based on her life. Nicky was a writer, and for a while, their marriage seems exciting and happy. But over time, everything changed. Their career suffered, money becomes a problem, and eventually moved to Missouri. Nicky and Amy began arguing more often, and the love they once shared slowly disappeared. They remained married, but behind closed doors, their relationship has become bitter and unhappy. Then, on their 5th wedding anniversary, Nicky returned home and discovered that Amy is missing. He eventually contacts the police. Detective Rhoda begins investigating, but Nicky's behavior makes the situation complicated. He doesn't always react the way people expect a grieving husband to react, and his awkward behavior quickly attracts attention. The police search the house and discover signs that something may have happened. They find Amy's diary. The diary appeared to describe a marriage that become increasingly frightening. Mary writes about her relationship with Nick and suggests that she has begun to fear him. Suddenly, Nick has a possible motive. Things becomes even more worse when the police discovered that Nicky has been having an affair with a young woman named Andy. Nicky had kept this relationship secret from Amy, but now the truth is coming out. The media quickly turns against him. Television programs discuss the case. Strangers judge him, and people begin treating Nick as though he has already been proven guilty. His very expression is examined, and even a badly timed smile makes him look suspicious. Nicky's sister Margot stands by him, but she knows she has made serious mistake. Nicky eventually gets help from a lawyer named Tana Bolt, who understands that the case is not only about evidence, it's about public opinion. Nicky needs to convince people that he wants Amy to come back home, so he appears on television and speaks directly to her. His message changes the way some people see him. Instead of looking like a cold husband, Nicky began to appear desperate to find his missing wife. But while everyone is searching for Amy, the audience discovers the truth. Amy is alive. She has not been kidnapped. She has been watching everything happen from a distance. Her disappearance is part of an elaborate plan. Amy has carefully created evidence designed to make Nicky look responsible for her death. Her diary is part of the deception. The clues around the house are part of the plan. She went to the police to believe that Nicky became violent and killed her. Amy has been planning her revenge because she believed Nicky betrayed her and destroyed the marriage they once had. She feels that she spent years trying to become the perfect wife, while Nicky eventually stopped appreciating her. Amy doesn't simply want to leave Nicky. She wants to destroy him. She wants everyone to believe that she is an innocent victim, that Nicky is the villain. And because Amy understands how people think, she knows exactly how to create that story. She knows that the public loves simple stories. They want someone to be blamed. They want a victim and a villain. Amy gives them exactly what they want. Nicky eventually begins realizing that something about the evidence is too carefully arranged. He starts wondering whether Amy planned her own disappearance, but knowing the truth is not enough. He has to prove it. Meanwhile, Amy's lives on the run becomes more difficult than she has expected. She has to stay hidden, and her plan began falling apart. Eventually, she turns to someone from her past, Daisy. Daisy still has strong feelings for Amy, and she knows it. She tells him a story that makes her look like a frightened woman escaping from a dangerous husband. Daisy believes her and gives her a place to stay. But Amy is still thinking ahead. She knows that if she wants to return home, she needs a believable explanation for where she has been. She also needs someone else to take the blame. Nicky meanwhile is beginning to understand that the only way to survive is to fight the same battle Amy is fighting, the battle for public opinion. Amy had expected Nicky to collapse under pressure. Instead, he began changing the way he presents himself. His television appearance made people question whether they judge him too quickly. Amy watched this from hiding and realized that her plan is in danger, so she decided to return. But Amy cannot simply walk back into Nicky's life and admit what she has done. She creates another story. She wants everyone to believe that she was kidnapped and held against her will. Daisy becomes the person she can blame. Amy eventually returned home and the entire country is shocked. The missing woman has come back alive. The public celebrates her survival and the story suddenly changes. Nicky is now expected to be the grateful husband whose wife has returned safely. But Nicky knows the truth. He knows Amy planned everything. He knows she framed him. He knows the story she is telling is a lie. The problem is almost everyone believes her. Nicky cannot simply accuse Amy without proof. He does. People may think he is trying to cover up his own guilt. Amy has created a story that protects her from suspicions. Eventually, Nicky confronts her privately. He tells Amy that he knows what she did. Amy does not panic. She knows she has won the battle for public opinion. Then she reveals something that makes Nicky's situation even more complicated. She's pregnant. Now Nicky and Amy are connected by more than their marriage. There is going to be a child and Amy knows exactly how much that changes everything. Nicky realized that exposing Amy will not be simple. Their lives are now permanently connected, so the two remain together. To the outside world, they appear to be a couple who survived a terrible experience. They smiled for the cameras and continue pretending that everything is normal, but behind closed doors, they know the truth. Nicky knows that Amy is capable what Amy is capable of. Amy knows that Nicky understands her. Neither of them truly trust the other. And that is what makes the ending of Gone Girl so disturbing. There is no simple victory. Nicky survived, but he is trapped. Amy gets what she wants, but her marriage is built on manipulation and fear. The perfect couple that everyone sees is nothing more than art. The story shows how dangerous appearance can be. Nicky and Amy both spend years pretending to be people they are not. Nicky wants to be seen as a good husband even though he has betrayed Amy. Amy wants to be seen as a perfect wife even though she is filled with resentment. When their marriage falls apart, those performances become weapons. Nicky lies, Amy manipulates, Nicky tries to control the public story. Amy creates an entire false reality. In the end, two people who once loved each other become trapped in a relationship where every word has a hidden meaning and every smile can be fake. Gone Girl has left us with one disturbing question. How well can you really know the person you married? Sometimes the person standing closest to you may be the person you understand the least. So, what do you think about Nick and Amy? Was Nicky simply a careless husband who helped create his own problem, or was Amy far more dangerous than anyone would have imagined? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you're enjoying this recap, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Inspire Hub TV, turn on the notification bell for more movie recaps. Thanks for watching Inspire Hub TV. Until next time, stay safe, keep watching, and remember, never judge a story by the first version you hear. Because sometimes the biggest twist is discovering that the person telling the story has been controlling the truth all along.